Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Meffan, your yoga teacher for today. So thank you so much for being here. And if you're doing this practice as part of the Wake Up Well series, then thank you so much for doing it. It's a 5-part series that you can get involved with anytime because it's going to be here on YouTube forever. So today's practice is going to have a little bit more of a focus around yoga for runners. So kind of a stretchy lower body, but also upper body. So it's going to be the full spectrum of the body, but just with a little bit of more of an emphasis on those people that maybe do running. But ultimately, it is yoga for everyone, of course. If you're in the UK at the moment, it's super hot and sticky, so just take it slow. If you need to just chill out for a moment, then by all means do. We're going to start lying down today. So just laying down on your back. And you're going to bring the feet to the outside edges of the mat and allow the knees just to drop in together. Palms of the hands facing upwards, create some space for the shoulder blades just to travel down the spine so you can find this opening in the chest a little bit. And then close your eyes. Just taking this time to arrive and to check in with how the body's feeling. Notice the breath. Find that connection to the inhales and the exhales. And just a few more moments to settle into our space. Wherever your space, wherever your setup is, just taking these few moments to arrive and know that the next 30 minutes is just for you to be present in your body, your mind, your breath. Hugging the knees into the chest. Just starting to rock side to side. And then releasing the hands down onto the mat. We're just going to take, again, rotations with the knees, but this time having to use the core to make those rotations happen. So as you take the knees away, core engages. As you bring them back in, again, core engages. Take it round to the other side. But getting a nice massage through the lumbar spine as we go. And then taking the hands on tops of the knees, push the knees away, open the knees, and then draw the knees back to you. So again, we're working rotations through the mobility of the hip. But this time you're holding onto the knees, so a little less work for you. And then drawing those knees in and taking it round the other way. It's typical on the morning that I decide to have the window open, somebody is like scraping the pavement outside. I really do apologize, I just need that air. Taking the feet and the hands up into the sky, take these rotations with the ankles and the wrists. And then take the hands up, flex the feet, flex through the wrists. And then point the toes and send the fingertips up to the sky. Again, flex the feet and the wrists. And point the toes, send the fingertips up to the sky. Nice. One more time, flex. And point. Hug those knees into the chest again, start to rock forwards and backwards. And then see if you can bring yourself all the way to Malasana, our yogic squat. Hands through heart center, elbows to the knees, lift the chest, and find a little bit of a wiggle here. So just moving softly side to side. And we're going to be staying in our postures for a little longer. I say a little longer. I think that we've done some nice slow flows this week, so maybe it'll probably be the same. Just keeping with that movement. And then placing the hands down, step it all the way back and find yourself in all fours. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Come back to neutral. Step the right foot away and press down through the right toes of the back leg. So you're pushing them through the hands. You're going to get a nice big stretch through the calf muscle of the right leg. Keep the hips square, so we don't want to be flaring them open. We want to be pushing through those hands and staying connected to the breath. Another 2 breaths here. And then draw that knee back and switch sides. So push away through the left leg. Again, grounding through the hands. Another 2 breaths here. And release that knee down. Now legs together, come to sit back on the heels. So we're going to come into a little toe stretch. So place the fingertips down, tuck under the toes. Take the bottom back towards the heels. Now, if this is too intense, you're going to take the fingertips down and take a little bit of weight out of the heels, okay, and out of the toes. So you can change at any time. You can take a moment to pause with the fingertips down, and then you can come back to it. We're going to be here for 2 minutes. And close your eyes and really try to find a sense of meditation within this pose. It's a challenging one, and that stretch through the foot is going to be like, ooh, this isn't that comfortable. So try to find this comfortable breath and allow the breath to guide you as we move through, or not move through, but we move through the breath within the posture. You're already 30 seconds in, and I just took up that time with talking to you. Lift through the chest. Just focus on the inhale and the exhale. You're halfway there already, just a minute to go. Like I said, if you need to just take that little modification, that moment to pause with the fingertips down, by all means do. "25 seconds to go. You've got this." And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the hands down. Just lift the feet off. Don't tap them down yet. Just lift them off and feel into those sensations. Then start to just wiggle through the feet, and then you can start to tap those feet down. Okay, come to sit back on the heels. We're going to go the other way. So we're lifting through the knees. Again, if you need to take the fingertips down, then definitely do, or you can bring the hands to heart center. We're just going to be in this one for 1 minute. Okay, so lifting those knees, opening through the front line of the ankle and the foot. And again, you can close the eyes here and really try to feel into a sense of meditation, just connecting to the breath. Being present in the moment. You're halfway there. Just 10 seconds to go. And release down. Shift yourself forwards, and again, just lift up the feet. Check in, notice the energy. So just notice all that tingling that's happening in the feet, and then you can do any of your tapping or wiggling that you would like to do. Okay, place the hands down. Tuck under the toes and fly the bottom back all the way, finding yourself in your downward facing dog. Grounding through the hands, powerful through the arms. You want to be thinking about hugging those triceps together. Shoulders are not, we have this thing in yoga where there's a cue where you're told to create space in the shoulders in this posture, but we're not protecting the shoulder joint if we're doing that. We actually need to be finding this hugging and this internal movement of the tricep coming inwards towards it, hugging each other. Taking a little pedal through the feet. And then you're going to take the heels to the right side and really push through the hands. You're going to feel that nice opening through the left side body. And then shift the heels over to the left side. Push through the arms. And then finding that little opening through the right side body. And coming all the way back to center. Inhale, wave the body forwards, find a high plank. Drop the knees down and start to lower all the way down to the mat. Find your way to Sphinx. So placing the elbows underneath the shoulders, lifting up through the chest, open through the collarbones here. Close the eyes. You can separate the feet slightly just to give a little bit more space to the lower spine. And then you're going to move this left hand into the center line just to give yourself a little bit of support. Bend in the right leg. Sweep the right arm around. Can you catch the right foot? And then start to draw the right heel towards the bottom. It does not need to be as close as where mine is. It doesn't need to be touching the bottom or anything like that. It's just to get that sense of opening through the quads, through the hip flexors, and then try and keep the chest up, facing forwards. And again, you can close your eyes. Two more breaths here. And release. Just take a moment. If you need to just come down, you can place the forehead onto the hands, shift the hips side to side. And then we'll lift back into our Sphinx. Right hand moves into the center line. Bend in the left foot, reach around. Can you catch that left foot as you then draw it in towards the bottom? Lift through the chest, and then gaze comes forwards. And you're just drawing that heel in the direction towards the bottom. Like I said before, it does not need to be touching the bottom, so you don't need to be yanking on that foot to bring it down. You just want to be feeling the stretch in the front line of the lower body. Pushing the hips down into the mat, you're going to feel it even deeper. And release. Slowly release the chest. Again, take the forehead down, shift the hips side to side. And then place the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck under the toes, make your way back to a downward facing dog. You're going to step the left foot between the hands, and you're going to walk that back foot in slightly. The back foot's going to be on an angle, but coming into pyramid pose. So lift the chest the whole way up, bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, find length, really lengthen through the crown of the head. And then keeping the hips square, move into a forward fold. If you've got two blocks that you want to place down by the side of you, you could pop those blocks down and just have them as a little bit of support. If you're pretty deep here and you know that your hips are going to stay square, then you could come all the way down to fingertips. So just working with how your body is feeling today. Take a little undulation. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, see if you can just fold a little bit deeper. And then inhale, coming all the way up. If your hands aren't already on the hips, place them to the hips, come all the way up to standing. Now pivot yourself open, find a prasarita position. So outside edges of the feet are aligned with the outside edges of the mat. Interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, find a lift through the chest, draw the shoulder blades back and down, and then exhale, forward fold, and allow the arms to drop over the head. And you can take a bend in the knees here if you need to. So getting this nice opening through the front body as we open through the back of the legs. Stay in the forward fold, release the hands down. So you can inhale, just come up to the hands or the fingertips. Place the left hand into the center line of the body. Right arm sweeps up to the sky. And then you're going to bend through the right leg. So you're going to get this extra stretch through the left side adductor, through the groin. Opening here. Grounding down through both feet. And then placing the right hand down, sweep the left arm up, bending the left leg, taking it to the other side. And then release both hands down. Walk the hands around to the back of the mat. Frame the right foot now. You might want to step that back left foot in slightly. We're going to come to our pyramid pose again. Lift the chest, hands to hips. Inhale for length here. Exhale, keep the hips square as you take the forward fold. Maybe taking a block or the fingertips down, or just staying with the hands on the hips and really working through the strength of this pose. You can close your eyes wherever you are. One more breath here. On an inhale, lift the chest. Now, Release the back foot, drop the back knee down, come to a low lunge. So you've got your right leg in front, you're facing the back of the mat. Start to edge your way forward into the lunge. Now, either you can stay here, or you're going to take your fingertips down to support yourself and bend the back leg in. Now, if you can, maybe take a hand behind you and start to lift through the chest. It's up to you as to which hand you take behind you. You'll notice that different hands mean different things for the hips, unless you're super conscious of it. So if I keep my left hand down and I take my right hand back, then naturally I'm keeping my hips a little squarer, which is a good place for me to be. And then if I take the other way, then they tend to open a little bit unless I'm super careful. Keep the chest lifted. If you need to have your hand on a block, definitely do. And release that back foot down. Now, pivot is the word I'm looking for. Back around to your prasarita position. Take the two peace fingers around the big toes if you can reach. If not, you can just place the hands somewhere down on the ankles or fingertips to the mat. Inhale, find length here. Exhale, forward fold. Elbows come out to the side. On an inhale, finding that lift through the chest, release the hands, pivot back around to the front of the mat, drop the back knee down. We're going to come to that same lunge again. So set up for the lunge first, move into the hips, and then if it feels good to you, you could take that back foot up and start to draw it towards the bottom. Lifting through the chest. One more breath here. And release. Fingertips down, and then place that left knee back and just come to sit back on the heels. You're going to interlace the hands behind the back. Open the chest here. So we're getting this nice stretch through the arms, through the biceps. Especially those of us that run, a lot of the time we focus so much on stretching out through the lower body, we forget that our arms are constantly doing so much work. So we need to find that opening through the arms as well, through the chest. Just staying here with the breath. And release. Now, knees are going to come, no they're not. You're going to come all the way down to your bottom. We're going to slow it down even more now. We're going to take shoelace. I'll come to face you. You're going to take, it doesn't actually matter which one you do first, we're going to go both sides. So I've got my left knee down and I'm going to take my right knee over the top. So this is to target the glutes and the IT band, but also energetically to target those lower three chakras. And then either here, if this is enough for you, you can just stay upright in this position, or you can start to walk the hands forwards and find a forward fold. If this position is way too much for you, you can use props, and you can take a position like this, which would be box, or you can just sit in a cross-legged position. So there are lots of variations for you. Closing your eyes wherever you are. And just allowing yourself to really move deeply into the stretch here. Notice if with each breath you can maybe move a little bit deeper. I'm going to be here for another minute or so. Can you surrender to the posture just a little bit more? Can you maybe just edge those hands forwards, allowing yourself to just go a little deeper? And lifting all the way up. Amazing, well done. So to get round to the other side, your top leg, you're going to follow that top leg around to where the foot is. Place the fingertips behind you and then do the little twizzle. Drop the right knee down and then the left knee's on top, or vice versa, depending on what you did. Hopefully you're not too confused. Hopefully you made it. So just get yourself comfortable into the position. Take an inhale, find that length, and then exhale. If you're taking the forward fold, take the forward fold. And closing the eyes. You're halfway there already. Just stay connected to the breath. Keep that gaze inwards. And gently bringing yourself out. Oh, release those legs. Let's just take a Baddha Konasana for a few breaths. So allow the knees to drop open. Take an inhale, find length. Exhale, fold forwards. We won't be here too long. It's just to counter all of that closing through the hips that we just did. Trying to keep the spine long here. And then lifting up, make your way around onto your back, taking any variation of a shavasana that you wish. Palms facing upwards. Create space for the shoulder blades just to travel down the spine. Opening through the chest, the heart. Taking a nice big inhale here. And let it go. Bringing some feeling back into the physical body. By all means, staying in your shavasana if you have a little longer to do so. And then just in your own time, making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Keep the eyes closed, place one hand on top of the other at the heart center. Just feel into this sense of togetherness, knowing that somebody else is doing this exact flow that you are doing right now. Just because they are not in the same room as you does not mean that you are not in this together. Take a nice big inhale and release. Thank you all. Thank you so much for flowing with me. Please do check out the Soul Sanctuary. I've linked to it all below. Comment below, let me know how you got on. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you on the mat again very soon. Bye-bye.